Dnipro, the only team to have beaten Spartak this season. That's how Spartak line up. Their captain is number 10, Cherenkov, the 1983 Soviet Footballer of the Year. He was badly injured last May, and he has 30 caps for his country. He's the playmaker of the Spartak team. Usual introductions to the large crowd here in Moscow. The Dnipro captain, Vadim Tichenko. There's strong movers about him moving to Dynamo Kiev, the strongest Soviet team in the country. That's how Dnipro line up. They have Zhalov, their number 11, the leading goal scorer in the Soviet League last season. He scored 16 last term. Edward Son, their number 9, helped them win the cup at the end of last season. So it'll be Dnipro playing in white this afternoon who'll start this match. Their two front runners, Vladimir Liuti and Evgeny Zhalov, will get the game underway. Chivoni then for Dnipro. Here's their young central defender, Sitsienkov. And there's their captain. It was raining prior to kick-off. That's made the pitch a little bit slippy, as you can see there. Though the sun has come out since then. It's a warm evening. Chivoni will take the free kick for Dnipro. Substitute in last season's cup final. Here's a very influential man for Dnipro, Vladimir Bagmut, 57-year-old playmaker in midfield. Yudin felt he was fouled, but the referee disagreed. And now the first serious attack from Spartak Moscow in red. Vasilko helping his side out in midfield. Here he is on the ball. On the left is Rodionov. Vasilko and Rodionov getting in each other's way. Vasilko again. Dnipro hack it clear. The ball back in possession with Cherchesov. Dnipro, the current double winners then. They beat Torpedo Moscow 1-0 in last season's Soviet Cup final. And the first team in the Soviet Union to turn professional a couple of years ago. Here's Spartak Moscow on the attack with Cherenkov on the edge of the penalty area. He breaks down and Dnipro can bring it away. Liuti into Bagmut. Edward Son down the left-hand side, taking an offside decision against Yudin. The flag of Roshin on the far side caught him in an offside position. The ball back with Cherchesov again. It's a fairly quick pace out there. And you'll notice that players are very versatile. The defenders like to come forward, and the attackers help out in defence too. And that's what makes the Soviet player such an accomplished one. One of the reasons why the Soviet Union got to the European Championship finals in West Germany just over 12 months ago. Today's referee, Kokryakov. Spartak Moscow on the attack. Kuchinovi heads it back, but out of play for a corner. Got a rather despairing look from his goalkeeper Gorodov. In truth, it was a simple header, and he made a bit of a meal of it. Corner then to Spartak Moscow. There's Kuznetsov, no relation to Oleg of Dynamo Moscow, who played in that European Championship final in West Germany against Holland. Ooh, and Gorodov has made a bit of a meal of it. Spartak regroup and have possession again on the halfway line with Pozniakov. Then offside flag of Roshin on the near side. Catches Spartak with the free kick. Srednik takes it. The big number 5 just disappearing out to the left of your picture. Here he is again. He could play either in defence or midfield. And he's rumoured to be on his way to Dynamo Kiev. And you'll probably see a little bit later on his influence on the game, I'm sure, will be very considerable. There, Dnepr took the throw. Spartak Moscow have been awarded it. Kulkov will get it back. There's Ivanov. To Boki. Ivanov again. He came out to the Spartak side. Kuznetsov. Beaten off the ball. So with 5 minutes gone, we await the first goal. Jelov. A decent cross. The goalkeeper was very positive and took it with ease. Shevchenko. That's a good ball. He's picked out Yudin on the near side. It's not a bad looking cross either. Son was trying to get on the end of it. So too was Liuti, number 10. It's gone over on the far side for a corner. Kuchesov organising his ranks. Took over last season from Rinat Dasaev, of course the Soviet captain, who's left Soviet football now. It's a hard act to follow. Dasaev went to Seville. Here's Son. Well, he got his shot in on goal, Edward Son. But he didn't really connect it cleanly, and he was falling backwards as he hit the ball, and that's why Kuchesov had a fairly simple save. Vazulev then for Spartak Moscow. Ivanov, a central defender, number 4, helping his way forward. Here's Kuznetsov. That defence tightly packed. Moscow still have possession. Lost it now though. Zhalov. Easily dispossessed by Kuznetsov. Here's half a chance for Cherenkov, but I think there was a foul before then. There is Cherenkov. In fact, the referee was given a goal kick. Gorodov helping it forward to Sitsienkov. It's notable that all 11 players in both sides seem to be very at ease on the ball, even the big central defenders. And here's an example now with Tichenko trying to find Liuti. Important challenge coming in. Giovoni trying to make his way down the left-hand side, the fullback. Denied by Vasulev. Here's Giovoni. Yudin will take the throw. I'm sure Giovoni knew what he was doing there. None of his teammates did. Liuti. And it goes all the way back to Sitsienkov again. Srednik. Edwards on. Here's a little break on the far side. Kudrytsky, can he get his cross in? It was an important challenge by Kulkov, and he did well to get the ball back to his goalkeeper, Cherchesov. President Gorbachev's policy of perestroika has resulted in Soviet football seeing several of their top players going abroad. Best known is their goalkeeper Desaev, who did play for Spartak Moscow last season, and Kidialatulin to Toulouse. But Soviet football is opening up. It's interesting to see they've got sponsorship on both teams' shirts today. I'm sure that wasn't a possibility a few years ago. Also, Soviet players are paid as little as £200 a week when playing abroad. The rest of the money goes to the Soviet Football Union, so it's in the Soviets' interest to see their players do well abroad. And here's one man who could well have a future abroad, Tichenko, the captain of Dnipro. Kulkov, that's not a bad header by Edward Son. He's applauded by his front runner and colleague Liuti. Son just saw half a chance there, and his header just wide of target. Talk about great Soviet footballers. Igor Belanov goes to Borussia Mönchengladbach from Kiev at the end of the current Soviet season. The season ends in the autumn, and they start again early spring. Pasulko for Moscow. Well, that's not a bad ball. And Shalimov did well to ride the challenge and help it forward. Here's Boki with a great chance. The first time the Dnipro defence had been opened up, and Boki was unable to take advantage of it, although his strong running almost earned Spartak Moscow a goal. So a let-off for Dnipro in white. Something for these fans to get excited about. As we approach the midway point of this first half, the scoreline remains Spartak Moscow 0, Dnipro 0. Pasulko. Again, the move breaks down and Zhelov will get it clear. Pasulko again. Bagmut brings it away for Dnipro. He has Yudin to his left. Opts to go to his right. Kudrytsky. Bagmut took an awful knock there on his right knee. The referee allows play to go on. And Pasulko brings it away, rather waste the possession that he'd won for his side. There's Shalimov, one of the most promising players in the Soviet Union. There's talk about him too going abroad in the next couple of years. Tichenko, the Dnipro captain. Cross somewhat overhit. Chesov celebrates his 26th birthday next week. Leaving the goal kicks now to Pozniakov. The goalkeeper could have done that. Ivanov. How he likes to come forward. Oh, he's done awfully well. Releases Pasulko. Over on the far side is the fullback, Kulkov. Shalimov onto his chest. Cherenkov. 1-0. Oh, I say. Yudin, the Dnipro defender, was all over the place. Cherenkov found himself in the clear. The goalkeeper off his line, and with a simple lob, he gives Spartak Moscow the lead. Watch the Dnipro number 2, Yudin. He's all over the place now. He's lost his marker, and Cherenkov, with a simple lob, makes it 1-0. Delight for these fans here in the Ledin Stadium. We'll have more Soviet action after this short break. Spartak Moscow 1, Dnipro 0 in our top clubs match here from the Lenin Stadium. A goal after 25 minutes by Fedor Chernikov separates the two sides. And it's now Dnepr in white on the attack, trying to come back into this game with Liuti. Kudrytsky. The ball took a deflection, and Dnepr have a corner. And Kudrytsky thinks, well, might have been if that Spartak player hadn't been just in front of him to deflect that one away. Only half an hour gone of this game. 1-0 to Spartak, the current league leaders. It's looking for Liuti, but Chesikov was first to the ball. And releases Chernikov. Kulkov. Kulkov again on the overlap. He's round Jelov, and Chevoni lines up for Chernikov. Oh, just wide. The keeper made a good save. I'm not sure if it was going to find its way into the bottom right-hand corner. The keeper was down well just in case. And that just emphasises the point of how skillful the fullbacks and defenders can be in Soviet football. Here's Shalimov. Pasulko. Move breaks down and Bagmat will bring it away. The Soviet season, like the Scandinavian, has a midsummer break. Most of the sides went to the Mediterranean to warm up again for the second half of the season. Dnepr have just come back from the Soviet Union, in fact, where they played the national side and lost 1-0. And had to fly back through the night to be back in time for today's game here in Moscow. Don't look that tired though, do they? They trail by a goal to nil. The team in possession now. So Dnepr win it back. Dnepr playing in this first half from right to left in the white shirts. And here's Bazulev for Spartak Moscow. Given away to Pasulko. Nice one-touch stuff. Pasulko again. Tsienkov had to head it clear. Sherednik. Kudrytsky dispossessed. Cherenkov. Towards to no man's land. Bagmod helping it through to Edward Son. That's a nice turn. Seem to be void of ideas, Dnepr, as they get to the edge of the Spartak penalty area. Kudrytsky happy to win the corner rather than try and get a cross in before the ball passed over the dead ball line. Another corner then to Dnepr. Kudrytsky will take it, 27-year-old midfield player. Liuti, number 10, waiting on the far post. Went over his head. Throw into Dnepr. Yudin will take it. Pasulko. The referee had to get out of the way then. Boki. 2 championship medals with Spartak. Last one in 1987, the last time that Spartak won the title. And they're bang on course for another. They lead the table. If they win here today, they'll open up a 7-point lead at the top of the Soviet Premier League. Way to go though as Sienkov brings the ball away for Dnepr. That's a good ball. Kudrytsky. No thought in his cross. It was fairly obvious that Pozniakov would get in the way. Indeed, he's lost possession for his side. 1-0 to Spartak Moscow in red. Now just over 10 minutes to go to the half-time whistle. I'm sure their coach, Romanetchev, will be happy with that. Dnepr, the only team so far to have beaten Spartak Moscow in the league. They did so before the summer break. Zhalov, the number 11, in the centre of your picture now, scored the only goal. That was a penalty. Dnepr trail at the moment. Kulkov will bring it away to Spartak. Pasulko. Up the ball inside to Cherenkov. I'll try to stab it through towards Shalimov on the near side, number 9. I'm not sure that Shalimov would have been in an offside position had he run onto that pass. Either way, it ends up as a goal kick to Dnepr. Gorodov has it in his possession. Chivoni. Chenko, the captain. Very skillful player for such a big man. Liuti did well to turn the ball round. Here's Edwardson, who did well to get his shot in. It looked like he'd been marked effectively, but he turned his defender at the last moment and just hooked the ball goalwards. I think Chechesov was quite surprised to see the ball coming towards him on his near post. 1-0 Spartak Moscow lead. Dnepr desperately close to an equaliser. And they have possession again, Dnepr. But they lose it very easily, rather foolishly. Because Pasulka has the ball now, and he's laid it inside. Boki. Cherenkov. Dnepr have two giants of central defenders sitting on the edge of their penalty area. Sienkov, the blonde, number 4. And Tichenko, number 5. That's Sienkov in possession now. Chase on for Liuti. Ivanov more than equal to it. Indeed, he might have been fouled as he tried to take the ball away. Referee allows advantage. Vasulko in possession. He began his career alongside Igor Belanov. Very experienced Soviet player, the number 8. He's challenging for the ball now, doesn't win it back. Dnepr have it. Kudrytsky off with Tichenko. Again, the final ball into the Spartak Moscow penalty area, not a good one. Dnepr are going to have to step up their game in the second half if they're going to have any chance of knocking Spartak off their stride. They seem to be playing with a bit of a swagger, Spartak now. They're just to make this commentator look foolish. An elementary mistake. Gives Dnepr a throw in on the near side. That's number 7, Bagmut, breaking one of the golden rules of football. Never pass a ball along your own penalty area. Got away with it that time. Bagmut with a high, hopeful ball into the penalty area. Shalov chasing it, nowhere near it. It's a great pass by Kulkov. And Spartak have opened up Dnepr here. Shalimov shrugs off one challenge, helps the ball through to Pasulko on the far side. Rodionov, 2-0. Oh, that was so easy. Pasulko opened them up down the right-hand side, into the dead ball line. Nobody spotted Rodionov coming on the blind side. Spartak lead 2-0. This is the run by Pasulko which created the goal. Rodionov unseen coming in on the far post. And Spartak have a commanding lead. And that's what their fans think about it. Even before today's match, Spartak had scored more goals than anyone in the Soviet League. They're averaging nearly 2 goals a game. They've already scored their 2 goals for this match. We've got some 4.5 minutes to go to the half-time whistle. Spartak again in possession. Kulkov. Cherenkov. Kulkov again. That's a nice ball into Shalimov. Well, he just scored 2 points on a rugby league field. But here in the Lenin Stadium, that counts for nothing. Spartak Moscow 2, Dnepr 0. In the last couple of minutes now of the first half. Lovely back heel. Shalimov, who just had that shot over the bar a moment or two back. Alexander Boki. Pasulko. Beginning to rain again here in Moscow. It's going to make it very difficult for either team to continue their slick passing game as the surface gets greasier and wetter. Who said it was only the Italians that could play the amateur dramatics on the football field? Although in fairness, I think Tichenko did leave his foot in very late, and I think he's lucky not to get a booking. The umbrellas are out here in the Olympic Stadium. Tichenko has been booked, and Boki will leave the free kick to Basulev. Now here's Boki in the wet surface, allowed the ball to slip away. 2-0, Spartak Moscow lead. The Soviets as good as mine. You'll see that Cherenkov and the Rodionov for the 2 goal scorers. Corner then to Spartak Moscow. Vladimir Liuti, a lone runner up front, although he's getting support all the time. It comes in the fullback, Yudin. Edwardson. Challenges by Ivanov. Gironi. Liuti. And that's the last action of the first half that's seen Spartak Moscow score 2 goals. Cherenkov got the first after 25 minutes, Rodionov the second after 41. The half-time score, Moscow 2, Dnipro 0. Half-time score here in the Lenin Stadium, Spartak Moscow 2, Dnipro 0. And it's the league leaders who have the advantage at the halfway stage. And Dnipro, who have a long way to climb back into this game in this second period. Dnipro playing in the white shirts, Spartak Moscow on their home ground here in the red. It'll be Spartak Moscow who will restart the second half with a substitute on. Vladimir Kapistin, number 15, has come on for Victor Pasulko. He was limping towards the end of the first half. I believe he's taken a knock on his knee. Kulkov. Following these showers at the end of the first half, the sun's now decided to come out. Pasulko again on the far side. Offside. Chance for substitute to make an instant impact, but the referee spotted that. Free kick to Dnipro. The referee, Kokryakov, denies Spartak Moscow a chance for a third goal. Zhalov. That's a substitute, Rodionov. I think it's important to say that Dnipro looked rather sluggish towards the end of the first half. They were a little bit dispirited when the second goal went in, scored by Rodionov. And they'll want an early strike at the start of this second half. Because you have to say, as time goes on, Spartak will look more and more comfortable with a 2-goal cushion. Kudrytsky rode the challenge well. That's not too far away from its target. Ivanov and Pozniakov look at each other to say, how did we allow Kudrytsky to get his shot in on goal? Just a little bit of a sign that Dnipro might be upping the tempo a little bit. They've had a little bit of a talking to from their coach, Tokarevsky, the man who led them to the double last year. Shevchenko, the ball there a moment ago, has moved forward from defence into midfield to give the team a little bit more strength. There he is at the bottom of your picture. Cherenkov, though, bringing it away for Spartak Moscow. Pozniakov. Vladimir Liuti. One cap for his country up to now. A splendid play by Tichenko. Oh, and he's ridden the challenge and he's round another one. They deserve a goal, Dnipro. And in the end, there was just too many bodies back inside that Spartak penalty area. And that was splendid play by Tichenko, the number 5 for Dnipro. There's the Moscow coach, Romanchev, former player with the club. Liuti again. Now, that reminded me that would have been a corner. The referee agrees. Dnipro swung this game round a little bit, but they do have 2 goals to make up. There's a giant electronic scoreboard. Away to my left reads Spartak Moscow 2, Dnipro 0. Poor corner. Ooh, but Dnepr have won it back here. Little back heel from Kudrytsky. Kudrytsky's cross again. Another corner. That Spartak defence, which looked so cast iron in the first half, seems to be a little bit lackadaisical now, and Dnepr just have half a chance here. They managed to smuggle that one away. And here's Tkachenko, the man I was telling you about a moment ago. Again, he's managed to get his cross in. And Cherchesov has to go down to make a save on the near post. Giant bowl of a stadium here in Moscow, holds 103,000. About 55,000 inside the ground for this top match today. And they're watching Spartak Moscow lead Dnepr by 2-0. So here's Dnieper's Zhalov. Misunderstanding. Bagmut wanted the ball played into his feet, didn't get it. Spartak have a goal kick. Kulkov is round Bagmut. Just under an hour gone of this game. A great challenge by Bazulev, but he didn't half feel it on his left knee. But he'll have a couple of vodkas tonight to shake that one off. Kudrytsky with the corner. Again, the marking on the far post was appalling. In fairness, there was no positive header back across the face of goal by Liuti, who was waiting there. Wozniakov with a throw. He can play either in defence or midfield. Kulkov. Zhalov. Now the cynical challenge. Not sure Wozniakov was that badly hurt. It was only a shoulder charge. Free kick will be taken by Rodionov. All just out of play. Squad off the goalkeeper, recently taken over from the number one choice, Krakowski. He's had nearly 100 first team games for Dnepr. Of course, all Soviet keepers want to live up to the standards set by Lev Yashin and more recently Gasayev. Yashin, the star of the 1966 World Cup finals in England. Gasayev, arguably the star of the last World Cup. Cherenko. 2-0 Spartak Moscow lead. They're in the red. Here's their substitute, Kapistan. Kulkov. Game's reached a little bit of a stalemate at the moment. Spartak Moscow have the lead, but Dnepr unable to make all their possession count. The game's gone a little bit flat. Dnepr will have to move up a notch or two if they're going to seriously threaten Spartak. Son makes it short to Bagmut. Tkachenko. Well, Liuti did well there. Bagmut again. Maybe Dnepr a little bit rusty after their mid-season break. They played Cardiff in Wales. They had a trip to the United States. And you just get the feeling that perhaps they'll need a couple of games to get back into their stride and challenge Spartak at the top of the first division. Remember, this is the first series of matches after the midsummer break. Remember, Spartak led the table going into the interval. And they have possession now. Son did very well to get back and help the ball back to his keeper, Goldorov. Kudrytsky. Tkachenko. Now he's made a little space on the right-hand side. How about that for an interception? Godinov. In the end, Pozniakov's charge upfield was halted by Sitienkov, but illegally, says the referee. I wonder what those two gentlemen are saying in Russian. The result will be a corner to Spartak Moscow. With an hour gone of this game, still lead 2-0. Flying header by Sitienkov relieves the pressure. There he is. Takes the throw. Number 3 on the verge of the Soviet national side. He'll be hoping to go to the World Cup next year. Soviet Union play Austria in their next World Cup game. A match you'll be able to see here on Eurosport during the next few days. Bagmut then for Dnepr. Tkachenko forcing his way forward. Short 1-2 with Zhalov. Now here's half a chance and Liuti scores and he's pulled one back. The Spartak defence was opened so easily by Liuti. And it was a great 1-2 between Tkachenko and Zhalov which opened them up. And Liuti makes it Spartak Moscow 2, Dnipro 1. There's the 1-2. How about that for a reverse pass? Liuti knocks it past the keeper. We'll be back with more action after this short break. Spartak Moscow 2, Dnipro 1. Here in our top club game in the Lenin Stadium. We're in the final quarter of the match. And Dnipro now desperately seeking an equaliser. Dnipro in white. And they have the ball inside the Spartak penalty area. Spartak get it away. Not for long though. Ball well wide of its target. The goalkeeper, I don't think he had to go down to that shot from Terednik. There's Cherchesov. Spartak goalkeeper. Must have learnt so much from Rinat Darsaev, who he was understudy to many years for this club. Now he's got a chance to be first choice. Pozniakov will take the goal kick. Dnipro in white. They've pulled one goal back. Now they need a second now. They're not only doing themselves a favour, they're doing the rest of the Soviet Premier Division a favour too by pegging Spartak back. The win today will open up a 7-point gap for the team in red. And that's a long, long way to haul anybody back on their way to a championship. Both Dnipro and Spartak Moscow involved in European competitions over the next fortnight. Dnipro play Linfield of Ireland in the European Cup. Remember, Dnipro the League and Cup winners. Spartak face Atalanta of Italy in the UEFA Cup. Dnipro have had quite a journey to get here. They come from a city called Dnepropetrovsk, would you believe, which is 200 miles southeast of Kiev. The city is a closed town, and special visas are needed for other European teams to visit. Very difficult, of course, for teams from outside the Soviet Union when they're playing the likes of Dnipro in European competitions. They've got a proud record in Soviet football, culminating in last season's League and Cup win. They trail 2-1 here though, Dnipro. Less than 15 minutes to go now to the final whistle. Here's Bagmut for them. Seem in no desperate hurry, do they? Terednik, a veteran of the side. Now Tichenko. It's a fair-looking cross. Liuti heads it back across the face of goal. Kudrytsky, oh, what a fine save by Cherchesov. An overhead kick, and Kudrytsky threw himself at that when it seemed Son would shoot. And in the end, Cherchesov palmed it away with his right hand, the best save of the game, and Dnipro desperately close to an equaliser. Rodionov now. Tichenko. As we approach the last couple of minutes of this game, Spartak are going to make a second substitution. They're bringing off Shalimov, who was limping a few moments ago, and bringing off on Popov, who's going to pop on for a couple of minutes. He's a newcomer to the Spartak Moscow team, blonde-haired midfield player. You have to say that Dnipro have had their chances in this game. They've had an awful lot of possession. and yet they failed to turn that possession into goals. But Spartak Moscow have taken the chances that they've had, albeit very few. When you look back on this game, you remember those two splendid goals they scored in the first half through Cherenkov and Rodionov. And at the other end, Liuti's goal, but that splendid save by Cherchesov, which denied Dnepr an equaliser. If they're going to pinch a point from this match, they're going to leave it very, very late, because we're inside the final minute now. Some premature whistles from the crowd inside the Lenin Stadium here. Spartak victory just seconds away. Rodionov. Cherenkov, in no hurry to get that ball. Doing very little injury time in this second half. Muscovites wasting time and wasting possession. I wonder if they'll pay for it. Playing time added on by the referee. And there's going to be a very late booking. And it's against the substitute, Kapistan.